Hi, Paul Thompson from Twang Tuition here, and a huge warm welcome to this week's tutorial, where today I'm going to be paying special tribute to the great Mr. Chuck Berry. I'm going to be covering all his major licks, riffs, and little tricks that he uses. I don't know any guitarist, past or present, who hasn't used Chuck Berry or Chuck Berry's style of playing in his or her guitar solos and playing. Even if you don't like 50s rock and roll, his style of playing permeates all the way through rock, metal, blues. So it's really, the licks I'm going to show you today are really important. You'll really get some really good ideas and some new ammunition for your guitar playing if you've never played this style of playing before. I'm going to dedicate this tutorial to the memory of Michael Jarvis, who sadly passed away last year, but who was a huge Chuck Berry fan. Don't forget as well, if you're new to guitar, please check out my beginners online guitar course on the website on here. 26 lessons, takes you from never having picked up a guitar before to playing at a really good level. So check that out on the website here. And without further ado, here are the licks and tricks of Mr. Chuck Berry. Okay, I'm going to begin with the intro to Johnny B. Goode then, and then we're going to branch off and look at some of the licks and tricks that Chuck Berry's used and how they've developed over time into and sort of changed slightly and developed into slightly different ways of playing. But they all do come from the Chuck Berry style, like I said in the intro. So first of all, the first part of the intro to Johnny B. Goode. Okay, we're in the key of B flat. I'm using a mixture of B flat minor pentatonic, B flat Dorian, B flat Mixolydian for those that know your modes. If you don't, it doesn't matter. I'm going to walk you through the licks as we go. Starting off on the 3rd string, 6th to the 7th fret on the 3rd string to the 2nd string underneath. So I'm playing a little slide from the 5th fret, coming down the 2nd string, 9th to 8th to 6th fret, onto the 3rd string, little hammer on there to the major 3rd, and finishing on the root note there on the 4th string. Okay, so slowly. Continuing those double stops this time. I'm on the 5th and 4th string at the 8th fret. Now, a little change of tack here. We're going into from the minor pentatonic into a little major pentatonic vibe there. Sliding from the sliding up to the 7th fret, 3rd string, onto the 2nd string. Slide down to the 5th fret, down to the 3rd fret, back to the 4th string there, finishing on the B flat root notes. It's like a major pentatonic vibe. So again. Okay, then we go into this typical Chuck Berry kind of bend and double stop. Now, really crucial to get the technique right on this. So we're bending and releasing. But my first finger is covering 2 strings underneath there, both strings at the 6th fret, 1st and 2nd strings, anchored there so that so we can keep the bend, release, and then play the double stop underneath. Now, picking wise, I'm down picking on the 3rd string, up picking on the 2nd string, on the 1st and 2nd strings, just to give me that sort of smooth transition between the 2 parts. Now, then to finish off this lick, this intro, bend again on the 3rd string, 8th fret, 1st finger, top string down through the ninth, 8th, 6th frets on the second string. Back to the top string. Back to the top string, but just the 8th fret this time. Back down the second string. Finishing on that 7th fret. A little double stop. Back down the second string notes again, and then I'm finishing on 2 more of those Chuck Berry licks that we did earlier. So the last bit, which is probably the trickiest bit to navigate, is bend. And there we have the whole of the intro. So I'll play it through nice and slowly again for the entirety. Okay, now the chords to that, it's a typical boogie, 12-bar boogie. Okay, so power chord boogie, adding my little finger onto the extra note at the 2 frets above there. Adding on beats 2 and 4 of the bar. I've done this before in a few other tutorials. 4 bars on the B flat, across to the E flat, 2 bars on the E flat, back to the B flat, and then turning round up on the F there, and then finish back on the B flat. Now in between the choruses, on the Go Johnny Go bits, it's playing there. Double stop, 2nd finger, 3rd string, 10th fret, 1st finger on the 9th fret. And it does that 3 times in between each one. Fourth time, back to the B flat minor pentatonic there, again a double stop on the 3rd string and 2nd strings, 6th fret there. Johnny be good. Okay, so if you listen to the solo, right, in the middle of this, we've got another little typical trademark lick of Chuck Berry's. Okay, so again, just like the intro, but I'm double stop on the top 2 strings, double stop on the 2nd and 3rd strings, 8th fret to the 6th fret, double stop. I'm playing the my 3rd finger on there, my 1st finger on the 2nd 2 notes, and he repeats that. So again, single strikes this time, and then it bends the 3rd and 2nd strings there, the 8th fret, with the 3rd and 4th fingers there. Really interesting little bluesy bend there, and then and there's more of the same, just those double stops, just walking down the 2 strings there. Sound really, really good, really, really effective, really bluesy. That's the solo. Now, just developing on from where we've developed Chuck Berry's licks going forward. That little unique Chuck Berry lick that we used earlier, we can develop into single notes. Okay, so rather than picking it as a double stop, I'm bending the notes there, bending the third string, and play the top two strings individually with my right hand picking. Now I can use that as a little vehicle to come back down the scale. Typical little slash riff, little slash lick, that one. Where I'm bending, picking down the strings, coming back down the second string there with third finger. Always keeping those nice little bluesy. And also putting in that little lick in the middle there of the. If you take the blues scale, it's a lovely little addition over that major chord note. Nice little addition there. It gives it a little bit of a major flavour too. I've also, we can also. If we're in a blues, a 12-bar blues scenario with dominant seventh chords, we can also mix up the minor pentatonics with the major pentatonics. And I've done a separate tutorial on this that might be worth checking out on how to use those. Typically with this, it is a mixture of, again, mixture of major and minor licks. Okay, and there we have it. I hope you get on okay with those and you're able to use them in your improvising, in your soloing. And once again, like I said, please check out my previous tutorials where I go into detail on how to mix up the major and the minor pentatonics. There we are. Those are the licks of Chuck Berry. Well, there we have it for another week. Many thanks for joining me once again. Please don't forget to get your requests in if you'd like me to cover anything guitar-wise. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel for the free weekly tutorials. Follow us on all the usual social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and all the rest of it. And thanks for joining me once again, and I look forward to seeing you next week.